what are the protocols should someone enter our office that really ought to not be there and is either making a ruckus or is making threats? I don't think that's ever happened before, but God forbid.
Yeah, so, you know, okay.
Even worst case, I think.
Yeah, active shooter is
let's talk about
a huge issue right now, right? So I train with LAPD and we do these trainings. It's really quite fascinating. And if you guys are interested, I'll talk to Grace about it and bring a team in, and we could even use the auditorium. Would be perfect. But it's a real threat. That's a real fear and a real issue. So the main thing is to make sure that each and every one of you has a very good idea of where those exits are in relation to where you are at any given time of the day, number one. Number two is, where's your office?
We're at 6565, so we're across the street and over.
So what's the front? Talk to me about the front of the building. It's glass?
It's all glass, yeah.
Okay, and you're on the street level?
We're on the 4th floor.
Okay, so the perpetrator has to come through the front doors, right?
Right.
Okay, so the thing is that it's really just that heightened kind of awareness thing where you're really paying attention to what's going on. If you heard gunfire right now, if we heard it right now, what would you do?
And under my chair.
Okay? So the run, hide, fight. Okay, so the first thing is, if you can, you want to run. That's the first thing. So there's an exit there, there's an exit there. You know, assuming that it's over here, but that's what you don't know. Hard to tell sometimes where it's coming from. So run is always your first one. And when you hide, you're not hiding to stay hidden, you're hiding only to buy time. So in other words, you know, you have to also remember that a shooter, an active shooter, their whole ploy is to kill a high number of people. It's not about coming in and picking off one or two. It's a high number, okay? They always want to beat the one that happened before. That's just the mentality. Most of the time they take their own life, but you can't depend on that because the other thing is you don't know how long they're going to be shooting, right? So you run if you can, you hide momentarily to buy you time, and if you can't do either of those two, collectively, we're going to fight. Collectively, we're going to fight. So, pretty simple for me, I'd be like, we're going to be like right here on this side because they have to come in over here, right? And it's going to be a total surprise. What choice do you have?
Right.
So that's really kind of what it comes down to. And you know, it is a scary thought, but it's a real thought. It's a very real thought. And that is to have a game plan in your head. What would you do? So when you think about the floor that you work on, you think about that environment. What does it look like? What's around me? What do I have at my desk if I had to defend myself? I've got a stapler. I've got a pencil sharpener. I've got a coffee mug. I don't know. You know, so what?
I said plants. I have my
Plants, yeah, that's good. Dirt, throw dirt in their eyes. I mean, just think about your workspace right now, and if I asked you, you know, what weapons do you have available to you at the reach of your arm to pick it up and throw it? Or if there's an extinguisher that's close by. That one's great. Pull the pin. Remember to pull the pin, please. Okay? So that when you press down on that trigger and that powder comes out, that's going to be very disruptive. So you really just, you got to do what you got to do. And it's hard to say, right? Because we don't know what that scenario is going to be. But we're ready.